What's up, Internet? Welcome back to Citizen Sleeper 2 Starward Vector. In the last episode, we met someone who might join our crew, a woman named Nia, who's trying to get away from her a little bit headstrong brother. We have not finished our second day. We still have some uses of dice here. Wanted to check this out, too. Ooh. Stowage. Contracts. Oh, cool. So this is like, we're going to be able to go a lot of places. Cool. All right. So we have a couple things that we can do here. So obviously we could eat if we want. This endure is risky for us because we don't have an endure strength. We don't really have the money to do that. We could eat at the canteen. I have a feeling that that's going to open up something, but maybe we make a little money before we do that. Factory owners of the row speak mostly in terms of supply and demand, but going door to door might help you find the ship fitter you need. Yeah, so I'm willing to get risky with this, I think, because I want to just see what happens. Let's do it. Oh, good. We did it. But we lost in energy. That's okay. You watch how the haulers work and do your best to assist them. It's tiring, but they appreciate your commitment to the work. Okay. Come on. Ooh, we're getting good rolls. You spend as much time listening as you do talking and seem to make some headway into negotiating a contract. Okay. I wonder, do we... I want to maybe finish... Ooh, hello. We got even more location stuff here. Swift Scrap Soul. Sell raw scrap. Triple S is constantly processing scrap for the factories in the row. They'll pay good money for raw hull plates. All scrap yards have paid data diffusal work to offer, as old tech tends to be laced with protocols and countermeasures that need disabling. I'm curious. We could maybe do that. I wanna make sure I can be 100% positive on that. Also, I don't know if I should maybe get food again, but let's do this one first. Let's do this. You spend a long time trying to break the ice around an old Solheim core, but in the end, it just fries itself and the core. Okay, so that was not great. I think we're going to have to buy some food again. Cool, okay, so it gets us back up to 4. We're really running low on energy, though, so maybe try to have... If Seraphin does get us food... Oh, I see, he did get us a supply. So we definitely want money. So let's get money up so we can get everything else. I think now that's the best thing. Okay, so I think probably the start of this day, maybe we talk to Seraphin about bringing on Nia. Let's try it. Okay, so the energy here doesn't dictate how many dice I get. I was worried about that. Because in Citizen Sleeper 1, you know what? Maybe that was Stabilizer, actually. It would dictate how many dice we actually got, but it looks like we might just get 5 generally for the whole day. And we did get a little bit of money, but not a lot. So maybe that's not worth it. Maybe it's just worth it to get the more expensive stuff. It's okay. We have to try things to find out if it works or not. So, analyzing what we got here, we got a 1. We got 2 4s and 2 5s. That's a pretty good roll. The 1 might be totally fucking useless. Unless we can get... What is our... It's interface, right? I would say the only thing we could use that on is an interface skill, because otherwise it's really not... It's not worth our time to use that, because it's just going to give us a negative result. Okay, so definitely want to finish this out. I definitely should... I have to work, which I think is this, which is annoying because it brings me down to a 3. We'll do that soon. I want to finish up our clocks and then like, you know, explore the whole station first, get our clocks through, and then it's just work. I don't think it's worth it to do anything but this first. That, to me, is fine. Let's try to finish this out. Nice. Okay, so these are X'd out. The export factory... Oh, sorry. You have little trust with the factories. Now the trick is not to waste it. Factory Row howls as you glide through its cramped passages. Whatever its many bays and rooms once were, they now serve as containers for industry of every kind. Whirring manufactories precisely engineer components with rapidly shifting arms, while scrappers hammer incessantly at bent ship plates. I'm just quickly checking something. Nice, okay. Everywhere you look, there's energy and activity, and for good reason. Hexport itself is built on the derelict fragments of a solar reflector, and even the small amount of energy generated by its remaining mirrors is enough to power a city of machines. It is familiar to you, of course, in a strange, far-off way, but because of Darkside, that place and your memories of it are a muddy haze, but it is hard to forget the glint of its hexagonal reflectors, 10 or 20 times more in number than Hexport's, and that wild, flickering city growing on their back like a tumor. In comparison, Hexport feels provincial, but deep in Factory Row, you could almost be back in Darkside. And then you see them, tubes just like those Seraphim had waved in your face, the feed lines. You push over to the display window of the unit marked Karsten Supply in block capitals cut from hull plate. There, amongst an angled shelf of oversized ship components, sit the feed lines, like some large biomechanical tangle of snakes. You slip inside, where the sound of Factory Row is a little screened, and spot a large figure working at a bench, hunched over, concentrating. It seems he doesn't notice you enter. Wait patiently. You let him work, watching as, despite his heavy build, he delicately aligns the components, their layers slotting like puzzle pieces. After a few moments of observing the process, he turns his head a little towards you. Karsten, intimidating ship fitter. Can I help you? His accent is heavy, but unknown to you. Those feed lines, how much? There's a sharp clink as Karsten places his tools and the component against a magnetic plate on the wall. He turns with surprising grace and begins cleaning his hands on a cloth. Those sharp eyes scan you, but Karsten's thick-set features do not betray the results of his assessment. Custom built those, for a client that never collected. He looks at his hands while he speaks, checking for stray oil stains. I might change his voice up a little bit. You have one of the old MEVs then? He sounds out the letters in a way you don't recognize as he speaks. You try to recall anything you know about your ship, but the memories elude you. Perhaps Seraphim should have come along. I think so. Oh, that's interesting. Karsten squints a little. Right. Look, Karsten drifts over to where you're standing, his imposing height evident. For a fellow enthusiast like you, he continues in a distinctive monotone, let's say a few hundred cryo on clean chits. He shoots a glance at the feed lines. 400, let's say, to be precise. 400? 400, Karsten says back, repeating your question without the emphasis. It's expensive, I know. It's a shame, but it's just what they're worth. He screws up his mouth a little, into something that might be a smile. However, I'm more of the bartering type myself anyway. Barter sounds good. Karsten nods sagely. There's a little favor I need a crew for, and well, you look like you might be a good fit. He tucks the cloth away in a pocket and clasps his hand. I know of an old Somheim wreck out there, very old, pre-collapse. It's tucked away in a dead zone, so no one has really ever cut it. He shrugs. Not only that, but Solheim derelicts have a habit of triggering nasty security protocols when approached by an unfamiliar ship. So it's been left well alone. That sounds like something I might be really good at. But a salvager like you, with an old Solheim rig, I bet it won't even flinch if it saw you coming. He smiles. I have a special interest, a need for that old tech. Although all those Solheim ships had a data core, and while I don't care about the accounting reports or material ledgers or whatever they kept on the damn thing, I do care about the hardware. So, if I was to find you back here with that data core in your cargo hold, clean cut and complete, well then I could see my way to doing a straight barter for those feed lines. I feel like he's slightly tinging southern, even though there's no concept of south even here. Karsten pauses, sniffs at the air again. You just need the coordinates. Why do you want it? Special interest. You wait for more, but his flat expression tells you it isn't coming. So, you interested? He glances back at his workbench because I'm a busy man. I'll do it. All right, then. He holds out a heavy hand for you to shake. As you automatically reach out, he grabs your forearm instead. Karsten pulls you closer, squeezing your arm. Let's keep this one between us, all right? He half smiles, his face huge and close. It's our deal. Before you can respond, he thumbs a little drive into your palm. Those coordinates. And he lets go of your arm with what you swear is a wink. You take a moment to gather yourself, and by the time you do, a whirring fills the air, Karsten having returned to his workbench. You turn and glide out of Karsten's supply with a growing mix of anxiety and excitement in the pit of your stomach and the cacophony of Factory Row in your ears. A contract. Seraphin might even be impressed. You look at the drive in your palm and smile. This could be a route out. You think of leaving the place behind, in possession of an improved shift, too. Suddenly, a small but firm hand falls on your back, an equally small voice coming with it. Hey, wait up! Ooh, secretive data extractor. You turn in the passage to see a young woman, her hair waving from the rapid glide she clearly just came out of to catch you. She steadies herself using her shoulder. Sorry. She smiles a quick and flat smile. Wanted to catch you. I'm Junie. Her dark eyes flick around nervously. You notice the portable terminal she carries, something data scrapers call a deck. And her backpack full of components and trailing wires. What's up? Karsten, she starts, still catching her breath. He sent me to grab you. She smiles that flat smile again, wants me to come with you on that job. Her eyes shoot down to the drive into the palm of your hand. She smiles again. Why didn't he tell me? She glances back towards Karsten's. I guess you forgot? He does that sometimes. She looks sheepishly at you. He just grabbed me after the two of you were talking, so... Karsten's always sending me on things like this. I guess he wants me to help you out, keep an eye on things. She pauses. I could be pretty helpful. So, should I meet you at your ship? And you can tell me when I'm ready to go? This feels weird. I'm not sure. Sure, I mean... Sure, I mean, you aren't sure when you're leaving? Yeah. Oh, that's okay, I can wait. She pauses. It's okay. Junie pushes off and waves. Looking forward to working with you. She calls back as an afterthought. What about the ship? Oh, I'll find it. She calls back and then disappears down the passage. You watch her go, glad of the contract but nervous too. Will Karsten keep up his side of the bargain if you deliver? Ooh. Okay, so new crew member, new location. I don't know about this, Sleeper. Seraphin looks nervously out of the rig's windows as you finish explaining Karsten's deal, as well as Junie's offer of help. If this job was easy, Karsten would have done it himself already. That means there's a catch. He frowns at the stars. And there's definitely something going on with this Junie girl. He shakes his head. What choice do we have? What if... Seraphin narrows his eyes. What if I could get the crowd together to buy the feed lines? Is that even possible? I found a contract board at the exchange, further in station. He gestures towards Hexport. We take on a job? That might get us some of the way towards buying those feed lines. Plus, even if we do want to take Karsten's job, a bit of money to get ourselves prepared wouldn't be a bad idea. Fill up on fuel, supplies, be ready for whatever comes. Do we have time? Probably not, but without cryo for fuel and supplies, we aren't going anywhere. Seraphin sighs. Just take a look at the contract board, just see what you think. While you're at it, you might want to see if you can scare up some freelance crew, too. Seraphin shrugs. Many hands make light work and all that. Or we stop messing around. We take Karsten's job right now and get it done before he can think twice. Seraphin yawns. Seems like a whole set of bad options to me. Either way, I've still got work to do on the drive. Seraphin nods a farewell, heading back to the engine room. Let me know what you decide. For a moment, you pause, letting the haze of your plans and ideas settle in your mind. Suddenly, you curl up, pain shooting along your spine. You grit your teeth, your muscles lock tight. Your vision narrows as you squeeze your eyes shut. You feel a shift, as if some connection has been broken. It's almost impossible to describe, like you're floating away from your body, dispersing, dissolving. There's nothing familiar in the pain, nothing to hold on to. You grit your teeth. And then another shift comes and you're back in your body, trembling against the metal wall of the passage. The pain slowly fades, becoming a pulsing throb and then a residual flicker. You flex in 0G, stretching out the tension. There's a strange sensation of distance that persists beyond the pain, a disconnection between your body and yourself, a flickering numbness that refuses to recede. You wonder if the reboot has done something to your body, or if this is some new sensation that you'll have to live with indefinitely. It strikes you that you know so little about the body that houses you. It could be moments away from collapse, or it might persevere for countless cycles like this. You try to shake off the feeling, pushing your hands against each other until they feel like they're yours again. Time is the only thing you need, and right now, it feels like it's running out fast. You head for the airlock. You have work to do. Whoa, okay. You've unlocked a contract. Open the map screen to view it. I see. There's some new stuff here. I feel like we're not progressing at all, like in terms of the day structure, but we're doing so much per day. I have to cut off this episode. We're already at our time. I hope you're really enjoying it. We've met some new friends already. This is great. Please give this video a like and subscribe if you want to see future episodes. And we'll see you right on the next episode.